Cats pick my colors. Let's see. I already have in mind what I'm going to draw, and that's the lady with an ermine from Leonardo da Vinci. And yeah, but converted into my own art style. And of course, it won't be an ermine either. Wouldn't make any sense, would it? It's going to be a cat. Who would have thought? So let's go. I came up with the idea of converting an existing and I think well-known painting into my own style because I think I didn't want to come up with another random character, and because I thought it would be an interesting comparison, style-wise and color-wise too, of course. So let's start. By the way, this is my reference picture. While I'm drawing, here are some interesting facts about the painting. Leonardo da Vinci painted this picture in 1489, the Renaissance era. The woman depicted here was the mistress of the Duke of Milan, who commissioned the portrait as well. The ermine here is symbolic and stands for the Duke himself because of his nickname White Ermine. And furthermore, the name of the woman, Gallerani, means or stands for weasel in ancient Greece. And by the way, art historians found out that the picture originally only showed the woman without the ermine. The animal was painted later on, by Leonardo da Vinci of course, maybe because the ermine also symbolizes a patron animal for pregnant women, and Gallerani was pregnant to that time. This means Leonardo didn't only do a commission, but put in some symbolic content as well. The woman's hand holding the weasel is very prominent here, and that's, let's say, a trademark of Leonardo da Vinci, because in all his portraits the hands are always very important. Oh, and usually it's her right arm, but I have flipped the picture because I feel more comfortable drawing figures that look in this direction than in the other. So normally the woman would look in the other direction. So now that the drawing is finished, let's let my cats pick the colors. And yes, I'm fully aware of how crazy that sounds. So for my cats to pick a color, I'm going to just paint each color of my watercolors on a random piece of paper that's not a high quality paper or anything, just to get the colors on. And yeah, give it to my cats, or one of my cats. And the color they sniff or look at the longest is the color I will use. So let's see how full they are willing to help. So let's try this out. Okay, let's see how this works. So here's my cat. And okay, let's do the hair first. I will just okay. I think he first took the green one, so wait a moment. Okay, this will take a while. And on to the last area. Okay, brown it is. By the way, these are not snacks, but his normal dry food. But if I give them one by one to him, he thinks it's snacks. Works every time. Here's a little disclaimer. Although my cat licked over the colored areas a little when eating the dry food, the colors are not poisonous, at least in this tiny amount. I of course wouldn't recommend eating the colors though. And here's the result of this little experiment. This means her skin color will be a bright red, her hair will be green, her dress will be also green but a different shade, the cape will be blue, funny because in the original painting it's blue too. The cat will be brown with a little orange spots by the ears, the border of her dress will be this ochre. The outer sleeves will be brown and the jewelry and the inner sleeves will be black. So let's try this out. By the way, I really enjoy projects like this, where I convert classic paintings into my own art style. I'm a huge art history fan and also work as an art teacher, so yeah, it only comes natural to be into things like this. For her eye colors I had to cheat a little bit because unfortunately I totally forgot to let my cat pick that color, and because I had let him pick 2 different colors for the border, I thought I'd just take one of those. So dark brown it is. So here it is colored in, and I'm just going over it with my color pencils now and then show you the full result. I'm convinced it will turn out interesting. I'm not only using the color pencils to do the contours and shadows, but also doing all the details with them. The details in the original painting, for example in her dress, are just amazing. There's almost no plain area. Many parts are embroidered and structured, and yeah, I've tried to imitate that in a very stylized and simple way. But yeah, I like the outcome. And ta-da! Here it is! Didn't my cat do a fantastic job? No, obviously I'm just kidding. Here are the colors that my cats picked, and off camera I painted the same picture again, but with the original colors. I don't know why, but personally I like the colors that my cat picked a little more, because I think they are not as plain and are a little more exciting and fun to look at. For me this was a very fun experience, because I would never have picked, let's say, green for her hair or red for her skin color, so I had to step out of my comfort zone a little. And here's the side-by-side comparison. Put them together like so they can look at each other, and some parts are even painted rather correctly, I would say, like the cape here, and her jewelry almost matches the original colors, which are like a shade of very dark blue, I think. And yeah, so that's it. Which one do you like better, the original one or the colors that my cats picked? Of course I have to ask my cat too which one he prefers. I mean, he made the decisions. Nix! Nix! Was gefällt dir besser? Deins oder meins? Das da? Ja. Das sind deine Farben.